And what's good, everyone? Welcome in here once again to Behind the Arc Basketball. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, being a part here once again. As we got play-by-play tonight, one game I'll be covering here in the Big 12. First round going down. Iowa State still winless this season in conference play, 0-18. And in the first round, they get an NCAA tournament team they take on. So 7 teams from the Big 12 going to the NCAA tournament, and they're going to draw the Oklahoma Sooners first here in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. So welcome, guys, back onto the stream once again. And, man, just crazy games, upsets already going down today. Sorry to hear, guys. We got a lot of my fan base out here in the stream is right now just angry, frustrated, sad. Unfortunately, not happening right now. But, geez, sorry to hear it from all you guys. Bradley, George out here, yikes. Pedro, welcome to the stream here. Who will win today? I'm predicting Oklahoma. Though, for some reason, I think Iowa State can make this a game. This is going to be closer than what people think. Oklahoma's lost the last 4 straight games in a row. They're all close, though, by a combined 17 points in the last 4 games. Craziness of what's going on for college basketball. Duke won against Louisville. Providence trailing by 7 against DePaul. Xavier lost against Butler in overtime. Penn State losing against Nebraska right now. And Loyola of Maryland, a 5-10 team, won today to play in the Patriot League Championship against Colgate. So, just ridiculous games already going on. Siena lost in the quarterfinals of the MAAC. Siena was a 1 seed against Rick Pitino's Iona Gales, 55-52. Georgetown crushed Marquette. Minnesota finally won a non-home game. And Utah able to squeak it out over Washington, whereas Vanderbilt was able to knock off Texas A&M. So, craziness of college hoops here going down in the early tournaments so far. And a lot more going out. Oh, and I forgot to add, Kansas State dismantled TCU. It wasn't even close. So that's what's gone down today, 71-50 in the first game earlier tonight of the Big 12 tournament. I did not cover that one because I had no clue, that game would be a blowout like that. I thought that the game would have gone the other way. I thought TCU would beat Kansas State pretty handily down there, but no, opposite way. The craziness of March as we are into it right now. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, being a part here once again. As Bradley gonna go on a rant here out in the chat. You should do a rant video. You should do like a rant stream where I was doing for those Celtics games when they went on the losing streak. Taco gonna go to bed for goodie. Gonna see you tomorrow, man. And best of luck to your Hokies there, as I'll be finally covering a Virginia Tech game tomorrow. So tomorrow, 2 streams, doubleheader, part of the ACC tournament. And then I'm gonna cover the Big 12 tournament semifinals, because I think the Big 12 games could set up for some classics there. Baylor potentially against West Virginia or Oklahoma State, unless somehow Kansas State does the unthinkable and pulls off the biggest upset ever in college hoops history tomorrow. But man, just an insane day all at once just going down here with these games. I'll keep you guys updated with Providence, DePaul, Nebraska, Penn State, and UNC Notre Dame during the hour here throughout the stream. North Carolina looking good up against Notre Dame, 23-14. Nebraska leading early against Penn State, 16-8. And DePaul up by 2 against Providence, 21-19. But Providence has just got ripped to shreds early on trying to guard Charlie Moore at the very start of that one, as we're going to get ready to tip off this game. Iowa State trying to do the unthinkable tonight, 0-18, trying to knock off an NCAA tournament team ranked at number 25 with Oklahoma. The Sooners go left to right in the court as they control the tip, as we are underway here for this one for the second game of the Big 12 tournament. First round, Reeves has the top of the key. They move it over right wing Harmon. Harmon dribbles at the top as he is guarded by number 33, Solomon Young. They move it over to the right elbow. Manick passes left corner 3 in the air. Oklahoma missed it. Offensive rebound keeps alive, though, by Harkless. Harkless has it as he will go inside, puts up the layup, and he gets it good for 2. So Oklahoma on the board first. Big news for the Cyclones right before this game is that their point guard, Rasir Bolton, leading scorer in his team, averaging over 15 points per game. He is back, and he can change the dynamic of this team. They've lost multiple games this year by 7 points or less. That is 8 conference games. They've lost by 7 points or less. They just cannot put it together here and get themselves a W in Big 12 action. Top of the key 3. Missed off the mark, hit the front rim by Coleman, lands, rebound, goes right back over to Oklahoma. What's good? Vegas, welcome to the stream here. I'm going to take Oklahoma. I've got them by 7, though, for my prediction, 74-67. I think it's going to be much closer than what a lot of people expect. Jalen Ramsey, big fan, welcome to the stream right now. 18:40 left to go, Manic, spin move, inside, jumper going to put one up, and he's going to get fouled. Last place in the conference for Iowa State when it comes to defending the 2. Already with a layup allowed to Oklahoma. D. Wade, what's good here? Welcome back in the stream. We got Prem as well. Welcome in on the stream once again. Sorry to hear that, Chris. Chris and George out here on the stream, Xavier fans. Just a crusher today. So sorry to hear, guys. And same as Louisville as well. Riley still loves the Cars. Duke was hungry for a win. Third time was the charm. As he puts out his rant right there. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I saw the box score. Syracuse with a big W today in their game. That was earlier on today. They needed to win that one in order to be close to the tournament bracket. Now they're going to need to win tomorrow in order to make that most likely a guarantee. As Iowa State will take it inside, we get a foul call on the court. 18-19 left to go. First half. Yeah, no doubleheader tonight, just this one game. There's a really late game on. I think it's like Colorado or somebody's in action. It's like super duper late later tonight. Or maybe tomorrow. 18-19 left to go. Tomorrow and Friday are both doubleheaders. Yeah, I saw that. Mark Williams, the size advantage there inside. Mark Williams has been on a tear lately for Duke. 18-19 left to go. First free throw is good. At the line by the Cyclones. Second one's up. That one's through. Hopefully we get a good game out of this and not a blowout like the first one. Oklahoma will get the inbounds. And what is this right here? It was on the inbounds. Is that on Oklahoma? It's a foul on the inbounds when Oklahoma was underneath their hoop. And yeah, Oklahoma turned it over. So turnover, Oklahoma. Iowa State has it back. 18-15 left to go. The Cyclones step back 3 in the air. Hit the front rim, missed it off the mark. Rebound over to Gibson here for Oklahoma. Sooners have it. Moves it out to the right wing perimeter. Davion Harmon. As he dribbles back to the top of the key, moves outside to Manic. Manic takes the 3. Hit the front rim, no good. Rebounds. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Oklahoma. Is Iowa State going to get it? If Oklahoma keeps on taking threes, they're in danger of dropping this game, honestly. Iowa State did not come today in this game right here. They did not come today. Basically, to think about you just trying to take 3-point shots and keep on missing them. That's why they're in a 4-game losing streak right now. Right corner 3, Iowa State makes them pay with a triple. The Cyclones can defend the perimeter really well. Top 3 in the conference. They can't defend twos, and Oklahoma's made nothing to go inside so far besides the first layup. The Sooners have it now, inside the key. As they will float one up, they move it over to the left baseline. Manic takes it, he makes it. Good luck right there by Brady Manic. I'm predicting Oklahoma by 7. 74-67. I got Oklahoma here. 17-15 left to go. Top of the key 3. Iowa State missed it off the mark. Rebound back to Oklahoma. Sooners going to have it. Takes it past half court in a 1-point game. Davion Harmon back out to the top. Moves over to Reeves here at the left wing. Pick gets set by Manic. Manic has it at the top, back over to Reeves. Moves it out to the left corner perimeter. Now at the left elbow, they'll settle for a deep 2. That's an air ball. Offensive rebound. Right place, right time. That is up and in for 2 by Oklahoma by Reeves. Yeah, only 7, so not 27 for this game. Iowa State has it back, 16.5 left to go. Cyclones with the ball with Javon Johnson, number 13. As he will take it now inside, guarded by Manic. Passes to the right corner. Into the hands here, Harris. He will turn the corner. Stripped of the basketball and turnovers. Been a major issue this season for Iowa State. Oklahoma has it back in transition. Well, Joel, a transitional 3. They miss it off the back iron, and the Cyclones come up with a board. Iowa State will have it back with 16:10 left to go. Uncle Luke liking what he's seeing from North Carolina. If UNC keeps it up, looks like I'm going to be covering them tomorrow as well, as they're going to be taking on Virginia Tech. Iowa State missed a shot, gets their own rebound. Deep two, step back. Missed another one off the back iron. A rebound back over to Oklahoma by Manick. A lot of bricks so far in this game. 3 for 8 for Oklahoma, 2 for 8 for Iowa State. The Sooners have the ball at the left wing. Pass over left corner perimeter. Moves it out to the right corner, 3 in the air, and these threes just not dropping. Attack the bucket if you're Oklahoma here. This is not good for them. Iowa State can defend the perimeter really well. They don't have an interior defense. That is good with a layup by the Cyclones. 1-point game. Javon Johnson takes it right into the lane. Turned the corner and laid it up and in. Approaching 15 minutes left to go, and it's a 1-point game with a 0 and 18 team in the Big 12. Manick moves it outside to Harmon. Harmon at the right wing perimeter as he is guarded by Harris. Harmon turns the corner. Lost control of the basketball. Turnover. As Iowa State has it back with a turnover they forced. Cyclones with a chance to take the lead now as they have the ball. Hands it off. Floats up the shot. Free throw circle. Missed it off the mark. That was a good look. Just couldn't connect there by number 1 Tyler Harris for the Cyclones. 14-15 left to go. Oklahoma puts up a mid-range jumper. Missed it, and rebound goes right back over to the Cyclones. Wow. Got a low-scoring game in this one. Nobody can hit shots so far. Iowa State straight away 3. They'll take it. And they missed it. Off the top of the backboard. Rebound back to Oklahoma. They've got the looks. They just can't connect. Yeah, it's so early for that right now that people want Chris Mack to be fired. It's still so early. Like just because they lost to a Duke team that's really starting to figure it out with young players in the team there. No way he should get fired. Jumper good for 2. Oklahoma hits it by Harmon. Yeah, and they lost their entire starting 5 last year, so it was basically a whole new lineup to restart for the starting 5 for Louisville for this season. I think they're going to be dangerous if everybody stays coming up for next season. Missed layup by Iowa State. Gets their own rebound back, and they put it up and in off the glass. That is good for 2 in a 1-point game. Good question there. Who do I think will be the next Syracuse coach? I think Mark Schmidt from St. Bonaventure. He's due for a higher up job in the future, and is close too. And he's doing a great job coaching the Bonnies this year. Going to take them to the tournament as Oklahoma has the ball in the key. Iowa State tries to force the tie. The refs blow the whistle and say possession hour tie indeed, and it's going to go right back over to the Cyclones. Media time out on the court. 10-9 to score. Oklahoma 0 for 4 to start out from 3-point range, and something is off with their 3 game lately. I got to cover that game last week against Texas, and their threes just cannot drop whatsoever. I think they were like 22% or 25% around that mark from 3 in the last game here. Really struggling once again right off the get-go. So we go into timeout here, and it's only a 1-point game. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college games, NBA games as well. I'm behind here at basketball. And let me know in the chat, by the way, who you've got in this one, who you're predicting. I'm predicting Oklahoma. I only got them by 7, though, for my prediction. Braden, welcome back in here as he is back again. Jackson, welcome in here as well. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I saw the box score that Miami upset Clemson, so there was a lot of upsets today. Loyola and Maryland, they have a record of 5-10 in the Patriot League, and they pulled off the upset, and they pulled off the upset versus Army, I believe, and they're in the Patriot League finals. Yeah, so that's what Jackson puts out. Loyola Maryland right there. The 9 seed in the final against the 1 seed Colgate, which is just torching the conference. I think Colgate's like 12-1. Yeah, Trey, welcome onto the stream here. I hope Syracuse win today enough to get them into the NCAA tournament for Syracuse. Just to make sure they have to win their game tomorrow. Just to make sure they take on Virginia. So if they can get past Virginia, they should definitely be a lock there for the tournament. That will be enough. I think it's all going to come down to the deciding factor, how they play tomorrow against Virginia. Joe Lunardi has them right now just in, so they stole Xavier's spot. So now So now Syracuse, if Syracuse does lose tomorrow, they're looking for another team to slip up, which would be Boise State. They are looking for Boise State to slip up in the Mountain West or Colorado State, one of those two. I'm going to bring up the Mountain West tournament and see what we got here for the bracket, actually. So I haven't really taken a look at the bracket that much so far. Maryland opening Oriole Park Raven Stadium, 50% capacity this week. Some big news right there. That's awesome, D. Wade. Yeah, over here in Mass, I think we're doing like 12% capacity for the Celtics games, starting up like March 22nd, I believe. JT Reese, welcome to the stream here. Appreciate it, bud, for stopping by. Yeah, Uncle Luke puts the same thing. I think so, too. They just need one more quality victory, I'm feeling. Yeah, because I remember I got to cover them against Virginia around like a month ago, and Virginia just ripped to shred their zone defense for Syracuse. So, let's see, Mountain West Conference Tournament, if I can get it up here, I'm going to see who is playing who in the tournament, if there's like a bracket out there. Yeah, Oral Roberts clinching the Summit League yesterday. That was closer than expected. A three-point shot missed by Iowa State. Rebound Oklahoma as we're back to action. The Sooners dribble left baseline, and we got a fall in the court. It's going to be picked up by the Cyclones. 13 minutes left to go before half. Bradley needs to calm down. He'll be right back later on. Still searching out for that bracket for the Mountain West for you guys. Inbound's going to be for Oklahoma now. 12:50 left to go on the clock. They will dribble straight away. Flings it out to the left wing. Catch and shoot three by Reeves, and he drills one. At the left wing perimeter, the triple goes down for Oklahoma. Sooners by 4. 12:40 left to go. Iowa State has it at the right wing. Bolton dribbles right baseline, floats up a shot, missed it off the mark, and the ball gets rebounded right back over to the Sooners now. Yeah, March can be exciting but frustrating too. Yep, something to, especially if you're a team that's right now on the bubble, especially if you're like a Drake fan right now. You have to shake all the way to Selection Sunday. 12 minutes left to go. Oklahoma bounced past the right baseline into the hands of 52, Kirk Wett. Moves it back out to the top of the key here to Reeves. Reeves dribbles now at the left elbow, puts up the jumper, that's up, no good. Great contest by the Cyclones, and Iowa State has the ball right back. Looks like Chris is going to have the need to scream, so I'll see you tomorrow there. Tomorrow should be some really good games going down tomorrow. I plan on covering the ACC tournament quarterfinals and then Big 12 tournament semifinals on Friday night. That's the plan. As Oklahoma out of control dribbling the basketball, as that is a charge taken by Iowa State. The Cyclones just cannot get anything going offensively. The score here, 13-9. Jack, welcome on the stream. Do I think Kansas can make a deep run? I'm going to say no right now to that. No right now to the Big 12 tournament. That's because of David McCormack being out. I think with him being out, they're going to need a lot more from, Jalen Wilson as a front court option, and then they're going to have some more, much more minutes being played by Mitch Lightfoot as well. But they don't really have a deep bench there for Kansas, so they're down McCormack, who has been on a tear lately this past month. But so I think it's most likely unlikely, in my opinion. Hilda, welcome to the stream here. Yeah, it wasn't that many fans today that they had over here so far. What's good, Eli? Welcome to the stream here, bud. Hope things are going well, man. Glad to have you back in there, and enjoy the rest of your night, man. All right, so that bracket over in the Mountain West here. So if you're a bubble team like Syracuse or so, at this rate, you're looking for Boise State to lose against Nevada And that game's tomorrow at 2:30 in the yeah, that game's tomorrow at 5:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. Or you're looking at Colorado State to lose against Fresno State. So currently just in this timeout so far, a rough game for both of these teams shooting from the floor. Oklahoma only 1 for 5 from the perimeter. Iowa State 1 for 7 on this timeout. What's good, Salvador Chavez? Welcome to the stream here, bud. As he is back in. Couple scores going on right now. College hoops. UNC looking good. 43-28 the score over Notre Dame. Providence leading DePaul 31-29. And then Nebraska up against Penn State 31-18. That's basically it going on for scores at the moment here. Power Conference hoops. I've got Gonzaga winning the national title. And Garrison Brooks not playing tonight still. That's a great showing against Notre Dame so far. So we're back into it. Iowa State with the ball. Down by 4 for the Cyclones. As they will hand it off around the perimeter. Bolton back out to the top. It's number 13, Javon Johnson. Dribbles straight away and goes inside. Floats one up, and that is good for 2 by Johnson. They're hanging right in there. Just stopping the shots from the outside so far by Oklahoma. Sooners have had the looks, just haven't been able to knock them down. Oklahoma top of the key. They move it out to Alondes Williams. Right baseline dribble. Swings it out to the left wing. Harkless jacks up another 3. Rolled around the rim and out. No good. Cyclones grab the board. For a chance to tie with a 2. Bounce pass over to the left wing to Bolton. Receiver Bolton averages 15 per game. Swings it inside. As that will be a turnaround. They bake it. We are tied. George Condit the 4th. Puts it up and in off the backboard. Bench points there for the Cyclones. And the playmaker, Rasir Bolton, keeping his team in the game as he was injured. Did not play last week, but he's back in this game here. Top leading scorer, averaging over 15 per game for the Cyclones, and much needed if they want to keep it close, potentially pull off an upset tonight. Makeel, welcome onto the stream once again. Oklahoma floats up the shot, missed it off the mark. Rebounds by the Cyclones, and the foul from behind. It's a rebounding foul by Oklahoma. Uncle Luke doesn't want to be biased to anything, but thinks most of North Carolina for the team stays for next year with the class coming up as well. Going to be really scary right there if that does happen. Potentially that can very well happen. It's going to be interesting to see like who stays and who goes for the draft. We got 10 minutes left to go before half, and this is 13-13. It's all about the matchups, and Iowa State just turned it over. That's not what you want to do. They can defend the perimeter, and Oklahoma just got themselves a 2-point bucket that they should have never, ever got right there. They just floated up, and somehow it was more like a pass went off the backboard, good for 2. 9.5 left to go. Cyclones have the ball. With Bolton still around the perimeter, moves it out, and they almost turned it over. Ball's in the ground, poked loose, and they do turn it over. Oklahoma has it right back. Pass up ahead of the pack, big throwdown. Right-handed slam goes down by Alondes Williams in transition, and the Sooners by 4. Basically just defending the perimeter. They're roughing the turnovers, rebounds, and 2-point shots. That's basically like a lot of the miscues. Defensively, too, they struggle big time defensively. Iowa State jacks up a 3, missed that one. Yeah, not a great shooting team either. So they can stay in the game if they lock up the perimeter. That's how they stayed in the when they took on Butler, I think, when they took on Baylor back in I think January. They actually made it a closer game than usual. Oklahoma dribble drive inside, and they just turned it over. Ball went out of bounds. The Sooners just turned it over, and Iowa State will have it back. Yeah, that was a bummer yesterday. Hopefully they'll have a better year next year. I think most of the players going to be back next year, I believe, for Bryant. So they got a really good future coming up. Ethan's back in here. Welcome back, man. Yeah, he can't believe it. He had Butler winning and, man, pulled off the upset. Unbelievable. Iowa State just turned it over as well past half court. Oklahoma with the ball once again. They pass underneath, and that is good. Two-handed flush by the Sooners. That's all they have to do. Just keep on attacking inside. And number 52, the hot hand, Kirk Wetnow with 4 points, and the Sooners up by 6. Liam, welcome to the stream once again. 8 minutes left to go before half. Iowa State stuck around the perimeter passing the basketball now. Number 21, Jaden Walker. Feeds it inside the 33. Solomon Young powers his way underneath, and that's going to be an Oklahoma foul. Clock will stop with 7:55 left to go. And we will go on another timeout, media timeout, taken on the court. I'm going to take Cunningham at number 1. Some interesting names out here in the stream. Welcome in LeBron out on the stream right here. As I got King James right now on his break. NBA actually got back to action today. Looks like the Cavs gave Quinn Cook 10-day contract, it looks like, right there. As we welcome in Armando back onto the stream. Yeah, D-Wade, right there, agree. A team with a record that has nothing to lose can be dangerous for opponents. Especially if that opponent's thinking too much and just thinking well ahead of the schedule and not even thinking about that opponent like Providence is doing right now. Providence leading by 1 at halftime against DePaul. We've seen this narrative all season long. Nebraska crushing Penn State 35-20. Penn State wouldn't have made it into the tournament anyway, but that's just unfortunate there for Penn State. We got a low-scoring game now, 19-13, with 8 minutes left to go before half. Yeah, LeBron going to be dropping 39 there against the Pacers. Hey, I'll see you back here later, Liam. Yeah, if you're really Hammer Saints, make sure to go on your actual account right there. Jack's a dreamer. A dream says Tennessee going to win the tournament until somebody beats them. So Carly just on the timeout right now. Winner of this game will take on Kansas tomorrow, the 2 seed. Kansas without Dave McCormack for the Big 12 tournament, so that's a huge loss. And then it's a crazy seeding we got here already for the ACC tournament. The 13 Miami upset the 5 Clemson today. So Miami has a crack at Georgia Tech tomorrow, the 4. Virginia, the 1, taking on Syracuse, the 8. And then on the bottom part of the bracket, Florida State, the 2 seed, taking on Duke, the 10. Virginia Tech, the 3, taking on the winner, UNC, the 6, or the 11. Notre Dame and North Carolina in full control right now, up 50-36 at the end of the first half. Yeah, North Carolina on the roll right now. So 7:55 left to go. We get back into action. Iowa State has it. Bounce pass, turnaround jumper, and they bank it. That is good for 2, up and in off the backboard. All right, yeah, no problem there, Hammer Saints. I can wait there. 7:40 left to go. Oklahoma gonna have it back. Been a good, it's been a lot of missed shots, but close game, which is always great to call as a close game right there. At the left baseline. They go back their way. Manic floats up the shot, missed it off the back iron. Rebound goes right back over to Iowa State. The Cyclones making things interesting right now. Bounce pass to the top of the key. Solomon Young has it. Moves it over wide open. Missed the three though. Offensive rebound. Young puts one up. Rattled out, missed it. Rebound Manic for Oklahoma. 7 minutes left to go. Oklahoma now dribbles to the right elbow. Passes back out to the left corner. They take a deep two. That's up and drills it. Good for two. Got it down by Davion Harmon. D-Wade looking for the second upset for tonight here. It's good that Iowa State's been able to compete so far. Their defense keeping them in this game. Cyclones have it at the top. They just can't drill deep shots. Need to take it inside to the bucket. ISU has it. Javon Johnson moves it back to the left wing here to Harris. Harris bounce pass off the trail and couldn't finish. Too high off the backboard by Young. Oklahoma grabs the rebounds. Spin move underneath. Oh, nasty spin move to the bucket. Davion Harmon lays it up and in. That was a sick move right there at the free throw circle. Straight away into the lane. What Big 12 team do I think could upset and win the tournament? I'll go for West Virginia. West Virginia played Baylor. They took Baylor into overtime. All West Virginia has to do, they just have to catch fire, keep on staying right in the game with Baylor, and they might knock them off. I do, in my opinion, though, I've got Baylor taking the Big 12 tournament title. But that's if that matchup set up there, that's huge in the second round. But once again, West Virginia has to get past Oklahoma State first. Like, these are stacked matchups all over the board that they have. So 23-15 now the score. A brief timeout taken by Iowa State. That was a 30-second timeout. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate all for stopping by, being a part here. No problem. Don't look at the profile picture right there. Hammer Saints. Elite Clan, welcome to the stream here. Curry for way downtown. Bang, bang. 6:05 left to go. Iowa State tried to go from downtown. They missed it, though. Rebound, Oklahoma. The Cyclones just can't hit their threes. They are dreadful from the perimeter today. 2 for 11. Oklahoma has it inside. Missed a shot off the backboard. Rebound back to Iowa State. Cyclones now with the ball. Dribbles top of the key. Tyler Harris moves it out to the right corner. Into the hands here of Johnson. Johnson now dribbles inside. Double team, moves it back out to the top. Three in the air. Got it. Splash from the perimeter. Trey Jackson drills it. And Iowa State stays within 5. So that's a 3 that they can finally hit. Uncle Luke loves what he's seeing right there. Tar Heels up by 14 at the half. Oklahoma only 1 for 6 in this game from 3. They move it out to the right baseline. Davion Harmon moves it over to the right elbow. Jumper. And they missed it by Harmon. Rebound over to Iowa State. The Cyclones right back with the ball. As they will attack the basket, missed the layup, tipped up. Young grabs the offensive rebound, kicks it back outside. Open 3, and this is a 2-point game. Iowa State drills their back-to-back triples. 2 in a row for ISU, and that is Jalen Coleman lands, number 5 for the team. 3-point shot, number 290 of his career as he hit it down. We got a ball game here. Defensive type of game. The shot's just not falling. Left baseline, deep 2 jumper. Oklahoma missed it. Tipped up in the air. They get the offensive rebound. Going to get it back. Red J, welcome to the stream. I'll see you tomorrow, Ethan there. Have a nice night, bud. As Oklahoma, reverse hand layup goes down underneath. Good for 2. Julio, welcome to the stream here. It's actually full-time that I work for. So it's actually not part-time. It's full-time right there. The real Julio Jones on the stream. Oklahoma with the ball right back. Jumper by Harmon. Missed it off the back iron. And Iowa State will get the rebound right back. Man. So many misses in this game so far. ISU slows it down with the ball. I'm going to take Florida in that one tomorrow. Handoff around the perimeter. That gets poked all the way to the backcourt. And that was first a foul picked up by Jalen Hill for Oklahoma. So they call him on the foul. Man, we got a game now, 25-21, Oklahoma only up by 4. Exactly what I predicted so far. We'll see if it can stick throughout the game. Do I know EPD 445? I do not. Iowa State's going to stay right with you. If you're a team that takes a low percentage shot and keeps on missing those shots, the Cyclones will stay right with you. If instead you attack the basket, take it into the lane, you're up right now 40-21 about it. You get an extra 15 on the board, basically, if you keep on taking it inside and allow Iowa State to pick up fouls, which you haven't been able to do today. Iowa State so far in this game has only committed 2 personal fouls. Providence only up by 1 at halftime. 36-35, Providence leading DePaul at the half. North Carolina leading Notre Dame at halftime, 50-36. And Nebraska looking good up against Penn State, 37-23. Florida Atlantic taking on UTEP. Florida Atlantic leads UTEP, the team that went to the final minutes against Kansas a week ago. 32-27 Florida Atlantic in the Conference USA second round. Prairie View A&M, undefeated in the SWAC, leading by 16 against Mississippi Valley State. No problem there, 30-14. So not a whole lot of games going on right now, but a couple of them. Three of those, or actually 4 games for Power Conference, 3 other ones currently at this moment. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Yeah, so Oklahoma, they played Alabama back at the SEC Big 12 meeting that they had. That was back in, it was like very end of January, I believe. Yeah, it was like the last day of January. And Oklahoma came out on top. They grind out that game to get the W. Looks like he's going to go to Hammer Saints now. No problem, bud. Roger, welcome to the stream here. So, yep, I heard Seton Hall playing tomorrow against St. John's. That's a 4 versus 5 in the Big East bracket. He's going to watch that one, looking for the Pirates to win that. And I heard Mamikalo-Shavili, he got co-Big East Player of the Year with Colin Gillespie. He was named. So some of these players were named like Players of the Year today. Some of the first teams were named today for college hoops. I was stunned that Moses Wright from Georgia Tech won the ACC Player of the Year. Alright, so we are back into action. Only a 4-point game. 3:40 left to go before halftime. It will be Oklahoma basketball. The Sooners going to dribble past half court. Top of the key, Reeves moves over to the left wing. That's a 3, and they drill it. That's a good look right there from the perimeter. 28-21. Number 2, Umoja Gibson knocks it down. Oklahoma is primarily led by their guards here. Reeves, Gibson, Harmon. That's what makes this kind of like the matchup that Iowa State could very well like, because they're not really going up against like a dominant low post big on the team. Inbound coming up for Iowa State. Iowa State now with the ball. Yeah, I remember Iowa State took on Iowa back in December, and Luka Garza torched the Cyclones. They pass it on top, 3 in the air. Top of the key, drills it by Iowa State. Jalen Coleman lands his second triple of the game with 6. They're hanging in there so far, all game long. 3 minutes left to go before half. Sooners basketball. Top of the key, Reeves, as he will take a spin move. Passes back over to the right corner perimeter. They will dribble inside. Hill kicks it back outside to Reeves. Reeves now at the left wing. The pick gets set. He passes over to the left corner. Dribble swings it out to the left corner once again. Shoots a 3, and that is good. Jalen Hill knocks it down. Far corner 3 as that one goes down for the triple. Oklahoma by 7. Iowa State goes into transition there. That's a quick bucket, puts it up in and off the glass, good for 2. This game's starting to pick up with the scoring now. Oh boy, 2:15 left to go before halftime. We got a game. Sooners going to slow it down. They're going to take a timeout past half court. So, OU timeout. We got 2:12 left to go. Both teams are Oklahoma with, both teams are 3 timeouts remaining here in the first half. All right, now this game's getting interesting. Underneath, Condit with a bucket right before the timeout, and Iowa State's still hanging in there so far. Oklahoma, though, they've been finding that when they've been taking the threes around the top of the key left and right wings, those threes not going down. So they've been going to the corner lately, and that's where they've been knocking down shots, finding the weakness around the perimeter, and it's been the corner past couple shots for Iowa State that's been able to go down. That's the hot spot for the Sooners. $2:12 left to go before half. Inbound coming up here, Oklahoma going to have in their front court. Sooners pass over to Reeves as they get the inbound. We're back to action. Reeves dribbles top of the key as he is guarded by Coleman Lands. Reeves now dribbles, free throw circle, kicks it back outside to Harmon. Harmon moves it back out to the top here to Reeves. Reeves dribbles, shot fake at the free throw circle, kicks it back outside. Manick, left wing 3 in the air, drills it. Brady Manick was the hot hand against Texas last week. They got some serious three-point shooters on this team if they do start knocking them down. 1:45 left to go before halftime. ISU down by 8. They got the basketball. Iowa State at the left wing with Harris. Harris moves it out to the right wing. Deep 3 from the Phillips 66 logo. Missed it. No good. And Manick comes up, snatches the rebound. 1.5 minutes left to go. They pass up the court. Dribbles right baseline, and that's an offensive foul. Iowa State takes the charge. Offensive foul picked up by Davion Harmon of the Sooners. That's the second charge taken in this game by Iowa State. So Oklahoma picks up their 4th personal foul. We've got 1:25 left to go. Actually, it's going to go, so Oklahoma has it back once again as they get the ball again. Reeves, jumper for the deep 2, and he drills it once again. So now they're up by 10. 1:10 left to go. Iowa State has it back. Do I know? Wow, Butler has a football team. Yeah, I knew UConn does. I wasn't sure like what conference they play in. Because I know Villanova has a football team. Because they play against like... I think they play against like Delaware, New Hampshire, Maine for football. I didn't know Butler, though, and Georgetown had a football team. Iowa State just turned it over around the perimeter. Oklahoma came up with a steal. We got a foul on the court. It's picked up by Iowa State, and it's going to be a non-shooting foul. So 56 seconds left to go. Oklahoma will get the inbound coming up their hoop. They pass over to Manick. Manick at the left elbow, hands it off to Reeves. Now, we have another foul that's away from the ball. Iowa State picks up back-to-back personal fouls. Non-shooting foul again, so Oklahoma will do the same thing. Inbounds underneath their hoop. They pass it back over to Manick. Manick hands it off to Reeves at the left wing. 45 seconds left to go. Reeves with the basketball. Reeves dribbles. Shot fake, free throw circle. Lost control of it, and here goes the steal. 2-on-1 fast break by Iowa State as they will take it. Lays it up and in into the lane. That is good for 2. 36-28 now. 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Points off of turnovers. That one was huge by the Cyclones. Here's Oklahoma. Oh, dribbles behind his back. Leaves his defender in a wide open, but Reeves couldn't finish. Missed the top of the key open 3. Hit the front rim, and Iowa State grabs the rebound with 18 seconds left to go. The shot clock now turned off. Iowa State will take it past half court with Bolton. Bolton with 8 seconds. Dribbles towards his right at the Phillips 66 logo. Now takes it top of the key. Receiver Bolton. Dribble drives inside. Bolton puts it up over Manick. Missed it. Oklahoma comes up with a rebound, and that's the end of the first half. 36-28 at the end of one. In this one, Iowa State was hanging in there, though, showing them the fight in the first half. Their defense defending the perimeter helped them stay in this game quite a bit or so. Oklahoma, though, past couple minutes, running away with it, found the spot that to attack from the perimeter, corner threes, and a couple big buckets into the lane, too, for Oklahoma. That's why they're up by 8 here. Also, the turnovers forced, too. Not a whole lot of fouls there in half number 1. That first half blew right by. Wow. 2 for 2 at the free throw line by both of these teams so far. 5 personal fouls in the first half by Iowa State, 4 by Oklahoma, and we just flew by the first half just like that. Like, usually... Yeah, this game tipped off at, I think, like 9:35 Eastern time. Wow. This first half, man, it took 40 minutes to complete the first half, basically. Yeah, Roger wishes Gonzaga does what Seton Hall does, or what Seton Hall does for to be like Gonzaga. I got you there. So wish that Seton Hall could do what Gonzaga does. Any of the 7 Big 12 teams in the NCAA tournament be higher than a 5 seed. So Baylor's going to be the 1. I think West Virginia is either going to be a 3 or a 2. Texas is going to be a 3 or a 4 most likely. I think Texas Tech will be a 4 or a 5. Kansas will be a 3 or a 4, I believe. And then, Oklahoma State will probably be a 4. I think right now they're a solid 4 for Oklahoma State. And then, so all those teams right there, Oklahoma is the 1. So Oklahoma is the one that would be below a 5 seed. I think Oklahoma is around like a 7 or an 8 currently for Oklahoma. Yeah, because they're ranked at number 25 receiving votes. So when you kind of like see that all up or so, they be around like a 7 towards the 8 line for Oklahoma. So they're the only ones. So 7 seeds in the tournament from the Big 12. Everybody getting either a 5 seed or better, except for Oklahoma most likely. Let's see halftime stat of the night here so far. Good one. Let's see if I can dig up one. Yeah, this game blew right by. This game really well just blew right by. Nobody's gone off in this game so far. So even though Oklahoma, even though they had a lot of problems shooting the 3 early on, they're still 40% from 3 in this game. So it's the past couple 3-point shots they were drilling out from the corner that's really helped them out a lot. So 40% from 3 for Oklahoma, 4 for 16 from 3 by Iowa State. Way too many 3-point shots in the first half by Iowa State. That's not getting the job done there. If you're the Cyclones, that they're just, after they get the defensive rebound, they just dribble up the court, jack up a shot, and then Oklahoma comes up with a defensive board and goes the other way. That's been a major issue tonight here for the Cyclones in this game. I know they've struggled in the interior all season long, but at least you got to make an effort to go someplace underneath the basket. Yeah, the first half only took 40 minutes to complete. Yeah, we tipped off around, it was like 9:35, and we ended at 10:15. Yeah, I agree, Helda. One of those two, I feel like at least will go off there. Brady Manick or Austin Reeves. Both of them with 7 so far. So they are the top 2 scorers of the game. Yeah, this does. This is just like a grinded out type of game here. Nobody has gone off so far. Leading scorer for Iowa State, that is Javon Johnson. He has got 8 points. He has taken 4 3-point shots. He has missed every single one of them by Johnson. Scoreboard updates. DePaul leading Providence. Oh my goodness. 43-37. The score in the second half. 17 minutes remaining. North Carolina looking good up against Notre Dame, 57-44. Nebraska up against Penn State at halftime, 37-23. Stanford and Cal, that game just tipped off. California leading 10-6 so far in the early stages. Stanford's been dealing with injuries. They were on the bubble for Stanford, and then losses, like they kept on dropping a bunch of games, so they are off the bubble. So Stanford would have to win out to make the tournament now. Yeah, tomorrow night should be some great games. Tomorrow night we're going to be covering a doubleheader, 6:30 Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. First game's going to be Duke versus Florida State, and then second game will be the winner of UNC Notre Dame versus Virginia Tech. So actually, it'll be the first time that I've covered Virginia Tech this season. Yeah, if Providence blows this to a wounded DePaul team, it's just unfortunate. That's all in Coley. Totally agree there. Second halves, multiple blown second half leads this season. And they were up at halftime again, and they're getting outscored 10-4 in the second half. I'm just going to take a look at that game. Because Charlie Moore, the first matchup, Charlie Moore, and also I think it was Romeo Weems, those two, it was back in late December. They ripped Providence to shred with the threes. That game went into double overtime. And yeah, once again, this time it's Charlie Moore and Freeman Liberty. 15 points by both of them. Like, where's the backcourt defense? Usually Providence is good defending the three. And just, jeez. David Duke's only got 6 points. AJ Reeves has got 0. Yikes. Yeah, the leading scorer is Noah Horkler. Like, he's only started to turn it up like the last week or so for Noah Horkler, but he's the leading scorer with 14 points for Providence. Jeez. Nate Watson's got 10 points. He's got a great matchup though. DePaul's undersized, so he's going to be eating in the post. 45-40 now. DePaul up by 5 against Providence. Wow. Yeah, and DePaul showed a lot of fight in them. So they're an undersized team, but even though they've been injured throughout the entirety of the year, don't really have much depth in the team. They've showed a lot of fight in their games. They knocked off Marquette. They played close against Creighton. Played like a solid good 35 minutes against Creighton a month ago. And if it wasn't for, they were just unlucky this year. They start out a month later too. What's good, Warren? Welcome back in the stream once again, man. Warren out in the house once again here. Yeah, should be some good games for tomorrow for sure. Yeah, some great games going down this week. Oh man, cannot wait for Selection Sunday. Should be an awesome time covering Selection Sunday for you guys. I finally was able to put together a graphic there for Selection Sunday, so cannot wait to unveil that for Sunday when we have the live reactions with a bracket reveal. Warren just playing Madden 21 looks like. Brayton, welcome back in here, man. Been listening to some Give On, it looks like. D-Wade's girlfriend's dad went to college with John Madden. A long time ago, man. That must have been ages ago. Wow. Hopefully a good second half coming up. We're going to start off the second half, and it's not even going to be an hour since this game started. Like, today's stream is just blown right by. Oh, yeah, for sure. These games are only going to get better and better and better, like, as we go along. We'll probably cover a buzzer beater really soon. Not sure if it's going to be tomorrow, or maybe not sure if it's going to be Friday or Saturday or Sunday, but it's going to be someplace in the tournament, most likely, for a buzzer beater there. Some of these games are going to be crazy. I've got the feeling that a buzzer beater will happen in the tournament. Hey, that's awesome. Glad to hear Raven's health is doing well. 83 years old, wow. Hope everything is going well with him at 83. So yeah, right now we're just on halftime currently. We're going to get back in a few minutes from now. I posted out in the chat, if anybody's interested, feel free to do the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge for the tournament group if anybody's interested out there. I'll put it in the chat once again. It's open up to the public. Anybody's welcome to do so. We have over 45 people that joined the group by now, which is just awesome. It's incredible how much we have grown. So already a lot of upsets going down today, and DePaul looking to put together one against Providence right now. 47-43, DePaul still holding on to the lead, 13:50 left to go. We'll keep you guys posted throughout that one tonight. Nebraska looking for the upset against Penn State, but hold on. Penn State on a 10-0 run right out of the gate in the second half. They cut it to a 4-point game, 37-33. North Carolina still looking good, leading Notre Dame 59-46 with about 15.5 left to go. What's good, Diego? Vaughn, welcome back on the stream here. And Iowa State winless in the Big 12, and they are hanging in this game currently. So one of Braden's elementary school teachers taught Rajon Rondo. Wow. One of his middle school teachers taught Jennifer Lawrence, so maybe he'll be famous because none of his high school teachers taught anybody famous. Yeah, one of my college professors, he taught somebody who I went to college with. He taught somebody who won the Indy 500. And that was his only win, I believe, like ever in IndyCar history. Just winning the Indy 500. I'm gonna see if I can dig up the name. If I can remember who it was. This had to be a story from like, because I took his class back in, I think it was like 2015. It had to be in the 80s. Oh, Buddy Lazier, 1996. So, I think that was his only IndyCar win for him. And he sat in class and he said that he wanted to race IndyCars. Now he wanted to win the Indy 500. That was his story. And my college professor that I had for a writing class taught him. So it looks like, oh, he got eight victories in the IndyCar series. Buddy Lazier was his name. He won it in 1996. Wow. Second half yet to start still. We're going to get back to action in a little bit, everybody. Yeah, the Indy 500, a big one for sure. Welcome in Lance onto the stream. Yeah, I love watching the Indy 500. That'd be cool to cover that as like a special live stream sometime. So I think last year wasn't like that much hype into it because the whole thing of it getting rescheduled. I'm not sure if he crashed in it. I know he won 1996, but I can't remember that far back though because I was born in 95, so I started watching like Indy 500s throughout like early 2000s and onward. Yeah, thoughts about the Texas Rangers allowing 100% capacity at their games. So Texas, the first one to try this out. The whole thing. We'll see how it goes. I guess we'll see how it goes. Over here in Mass, we have been going really slow. We're 12% capacity over in Mass here. Rhode Island's at 0% capacity for fans in the stands. They got no fans in the stands and no plans to have fans in the stands, I think, out in Rhode Island. Like, right at this time. Like, they just made a whole new transition to a new leadership team out in Rhode Island. Yeah, so they're supposed to have like, I think like 45,000 fans at the ballpark in Texas. The thing is, it's outside, but then once again, you have to enter the ballpark from the inside, and that's the thing that's really risky. 36-28, we're back into action. Second half has begun, everyone. Appreciate all for stopping them by. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Jose, welcome back in the stream here. Yeah, this has been a good game. Glad to see Iowa State's hanging in there and not being pushed around and bounced around, that they're keeping us close. Been in this game single digits, besides they were down by 10 for a brief moment. Cyclones have the basketball at the right wing. Passes out top of the key. Coleman lands, takes the three, misses it, rattled out, rebound back to Oklahoma. 19-20 left to go. The Sooners going to have the second possession of the second half. Gibson now dribbles to the right elbow. Bounce pass off the cutter over to Manick, and Manick will get fouled. That's exactly what they have to do if they want to run away with it for Oklahoma. They need Brady Manick to get involved in the post and make some big-time shots underneath. Lance here in the Blue Jays won't be playing out of Toronto again. That's unfortunate. Jeez. That's really too bad. They played at Buffalo last year. I would love to see them play in New Hampshire, because their Double-A affiliate, the Fisher Cats, play in Manchester in New Hampshire. 19 minutes left to go. Yeah, it makes more sense though to play in Buffalo. I heard minor league season isn't supposed to start till like May. Iowa State has the ball right back at the left wing. They're going to feed it inside off the drive. No good. Tipped up in the air. Rebound goes to Manick. Brady Manick coming in big with a big rebound right there. And he allowed Iowa State to pick up a foul from behind before that, though. They're going to take it up the court, and Oklahoma pushes off. Austin Reeves pushes off right there. And Iowa State will have the ball right back. Does Louisville make the tournament? Yes. I'm going to say yes, but I think they're either going to be like playing game against like Colorado State or Boise State, so they'll most likely make a playing game, or they'll be an 11 seed for Louisville. So that's what I most likely got there. They're like in the last, like they're in the last 8 in currently. Oklahoma still up by 8. Nobody has scored to start out the second half now. The Sooners have it. Reeves dribbles towards the right wing perimeter, double team, passes out to the top here, and Manick takes the 3 straight away. Hit the front rim. They tip it over to their teammate Harkless. Jumper to right elbow and gets it off the tip. That is good for 2. Nice tip back over to Harkless. 18-10 left to go. Iowa State having a lot of problems boxing out on the boards here. And this Oklahoma team isn't that great on the rebounds either. Iowa State dribbles to the free throw circle. Moves back over. They will dribble. Right baseline jumper. Floats one up. No good. Gets the offensive rebounds. And the ball's in the ground and they turn it over. Oklahoma going to come up with a steal on the key. 2-on-1 fast break pass up ahead of the pack with a leaping dunk with a two-handed flush going down by Harmon in transition. Now the Sooners are raising the roof. They are running away with it up by 12. What do I think the best seed Florida can get if they win the SEC? I'll go for around like a 7 for Florida. I think they're going to be more like a 10 or a 9, most likely. 17-20 left to go. Cyclones down by their largest deficit here, trailing by 12. Iowa State has it double teamed around the perimeter. Pass underneath. Nobody guarding their big man, and that's good for 2. Solomon Young just left all alone in the post, and he puts that one for the easy layup. 10-point game now. 17 minutes left to go. Looks like Warren's playing some NBA 2K21. Listening to the stream as well. Glad to have Warren back out onto the chat. Oklahoma has it. We get a foul picked up here around the perimeter. Second personal by Iowa State by Tyler Harris. Second personal foul of the second half as well. Clock will stop with 16:56 left to go. Oklahoma gets the inbounds. Reeves at the top of the key as he is guarded all over the place there by Harris. Passes over to the left wing to Harkless. Harkless drives as he pump fakes at the left elbow for Harkless. Bounce pass back out to the perimeter. Gibson now has it. Gibson tried to dribble through a double team. Ball's on the ground. Gets it stolen away. Iowa State comes out with a basketball now. They're going to take a burst of speed past half court. As the Cyclones going to pass underneath, they turn it over. Oh, a foul. Wait 1 second here. Foul from behind. So the refs are going to call it before the ball went out of bounds. A costly foul by Oklahoma from behind by Manick. And the clock will stop. That helps out Iowa State a ton. Yeah, that pass was going way out of bounds. They had the look they wanted with Young in the key. So Iowa State catches a break. They get the inbounds. They have it now at the left wing. 16.5 left to go for the Cyclones. Pass out on top here. Right wing perimeter dribble with Javon Johnson on a 1-on-1 as he moves it back outside over to Jackson. Jackson, bounce pass. They move it out to the right corner. 3 in the air by Iowa State. Missed it. Tipped up. Offensive rebound. Young puts it back up, and that's good for 2 right there off the offensive rebounds. Big bucket, and it's an 8-point game. Yeah, I heard about that. That's big news for the NHL today. So NHL going back to ESPN because NBCSN is no longer at the end of this year, I think. I remember that when that first reported. Why does Oklahoma struggle against Iowa State? I think it's more like matchup based or so, because Oklahoma likes to attempt a lot of 3-point shots. They're not really like a post-up team for Oklahoma, whereas Iowa State, one of their very few strong suits is guarding the perimeter. I think they're third in the conference in guarding the perimeter. Their interior defense is a big struggle, and that's where teams with like a great front court can really do some damage to them. As we will go on a timeout. Yeah, that's where Iowa with Luka Garza, he torched Iowa State when they played each other back in December. Texas has a lot of front court players on their team that they have multiple options there with like Sims and Brock Cunningham, Kai Jones. Hilda puts out, you're more likely that Kentucky wins SEC tournament or Butler wins Big East tournament. I'll go Kentucky. Yeah, I will take Kentucky. Because Kentucky, I think they could potentially stop Alabama. I wouldn't be shocked, in my opinion, if they do beat Alabama. And that opens up the door. Arkansas, I like Arkansas to win it all, but say if Arkansas just gets taken out by, like, say, somebody like Ole Miss, then it's on. It could very well be Kentucky versus Ole Miss somehow in the final for the SEC if, like, all pandemonium breaks out. Butler, that's a young team. Xavier just hasn't been playing with confidence since they had that whole pause that they had. Yeah, Bid Steeler's going to definitely crash the party for bubble teams. Yeah, if you're a team like Drake right now, you've been shaking all the way since Sunday. And shaking for a full week. to see if you made it to the tournament. Yeah, I like UConn in the Big East to take that. So I'm going to take UConn. UConn's playing with a ton of confidence lately. They're on fire. Providence DePaul, what a game there. 51-51, tied up with 9 minutes left to go. North Carolina, I'll be covering UNC tomorrow night versus Virginia Tech. That should be a great game. North Carolina pouring it on against Notre Dame. 71-47, the score there. So tomorrow's streams, I'll be covering both the teams, both the Blue Bloods from NC I'll be covering tomorrow. Duke versus Florida State. And then North Carolina versus Virginia Tech. So ACC tournament tomorrow for the quarterfinals. And then Big 12 tournament for the semifinals on Friday I'll be covering. Because I saw that these matchups set up for the semifinals, man, they're going to be stacked. Baylor versus the winner of, well, Baylor takes on Kansas State, barring any miracle, big upset, the biggest upset in college hoops history if that does happen tomorrow somehow. But it will be the winners of Baylor versus Kansas State against the winners of Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State versus West Virginia. And Baylor took on West Virginia, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and that was a game for the ages. As we are back to action, 42-31, Oklahoma with a quick bucket. That was good for 2. 15.5 left to go. Iowa State now with the ball back. They have it at the left corner perimeter. I will not stream any early games because I'm in work. So no early games on Thursday and Friday because I'm in work. Yeah, number 1 Jalen Hill for Oklahoma. He's got 5 points, and number 1 for Iowa State, Tyler Harris, he has got 5 points as well. But they're not the top scorers. 15-10 left remaining. Iowa State just turned it over around the perimeter. So Oklahoma has the ball right back. Left baseline with Harkless. Moves it out to the left wing. Reeves dribbles left corner perimeter as he is guarded by Colben Lands. Reeves now left baseline. Reeves jumper, and that one no good. Off the mark. Rebound goes right back over to the Cyclones. Less than 15 minutes remaining in the second half now. Iowa State down by 10. They swing it out around the perimeter. Pass deflected. Stolen away. Goes to Oklahoma as they will take it up the court. Easy. Layup. Good for 2 in transition. The turnovers tonight are crushing Iowa State. And that's another one. Big steal from behind. Here's Oklahoma on a 3-on-2 fast break. Pass up the court again. And easy layup as they are running away with it right now. Davion Harmon with 12 points as he lays it up and in a timeout taken by Iowa State. They were doing a good job hanging in this game, but just not a lot of great court awareness right there for ISU. Past 2 possessions, and it led to 2 quick buckets in 15 seconds for Oklahoma with points off of turnovers. That is 3 total turnovers in the last minute and a half for Iowa State. 6-zip run by Oklahoma as we're going to go on a timeout. So Iowa State now getting scolded. Just their defense was trying their best in this game, and then the turnover is becoming an issue now. And that's where Oklahoma crushes you. That's how they won the game against Alabama, because Alabama had a lot of turnover problems this year for them. And if they can't beat you in the post, they dare you to turn over the basketball, and it's exactly what's going on here, past minute or so. Yeah. Yeah, this program this year is really headed in that way. This is unfortunately for them. It's the past 2 seasons. It's been rough for Iowa State. Like they 2 years ago, unbelievable. To imagine 2 years ago, back in 2019, Iowa State they won the Big 12 tournament title against Kansas back in 2019. And then the next week, a week later, nobody picked, like, not a whole lot, like, barely anybody picked Ohio State to beat Iowa State in the first round. I think that was like an 11 versus 6 matchup, and Ohio State was like one of the last teams in the bracket, and the Buckeyes won against Iowa State that night. And then after that, once Iowa State got eliminated in the first round, last year was a downer. And that was with Tyrese Halliburton on the team until he got injured. And then it was really a downer for Iowa State. And then this year, 0 wins in the conference, couldn't even beat Kansas State. And it's just rough. It's a rough future out here for the Cyclones. By the way, not looking good for Providence either tonight. 7:40 left to go. DePaul still leading 55-53 over Providence. North Carolina pouring it on against Notre Dame 80-49, and there's still over 8 minutes left to go in that game here. Wow. Unbelievable. If UNC can play like that, man, the thing is consistency. Like, they are all over the place for UNC. Like, one game they destroy a team, the next game they lose against a bad team. Like, if they show consistency here, they are dangerous. 83-49, they just drilled a 3-point shot. Nebraska leading Penn State by 1, 50-49. So we are right back into action now, 14:20 left to go. And Iowa State going to get the inbound back as they're trailing by 14. The Cyclones now with the basketball. Moves it out left wing perimeter. Number 4, George Condit, as he will dribble straight away. Shot fake inside for Coleman. Lands puts it up, no good. Offensive rebound. Condit, get that out of there with a block. Underneath by Kerr Quetz for Oklahoma. Iowa State has it back, though. Jumper. Deep 2, missed it. Hit the front rim, and Reeves comes up with a board for Oklahoma. Pass up the court. They got numbers in transition. Kicks it back outside. Reeves over to the left corner. Gibson slides it over to the right wing. 3 in the air. Hit the front rim, no good. The rebound goes right back over to Iowa State. And a foul underneath, though. A rebounding foul, looks like, by the Cyclones. Yeah, it's going to be on the Cyclones by Harris. Picks up the foul. $13:44 left to go. Inbound Oklahoma. That's 4 personal fouls by Tyler Harris for Iowa State. Reeves, jumper, right elbow, missed it. Off the back iron, rebound back to Iowa State here by Condit. Hey, thanks so much for the update, Paul B. Wow. Cal leading Stanford 35-26 in the first half. Man, California is not really like an explosive offense at all. Jeez. So there's been upsets all over the map today, and that's one of them in progress currently. Man. 13:20 left to go. Von Lake in that one. Top of the key. Iowa State has the basketball. Bounce pass over to Condit. Condit moves it out to the left corner. Left baseline dribble. Iowa State dump off underneath, and Condit puts it up. It gets blocked, though, by Oklahoma. Oklahoma going big with the size with Kerr Quetz, and it's becoming a part of their advantage. Iowa State going to get the steal from behind. Pass up the court here for the Cyclones. As they have it, goes on the transition. Quetz gets another block, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cyclones. Number 52 for Oklahoma has been a difference maker right now. That's all you have to do. Just throw a big body in the interior, and there you go. Against this team, you're getting shot blocks. Game changer for Kerr Quetz at the moment. Oklahoma looks to get the inbound, and they're going to take a timeout first. So timeout taken by the Sooners with 12:56 left to go. They're down to 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts remaining by Iowa State. What if California wins the Pac-12? What seed would they be? Oh boy, that would probably be like a 14. Yeah, 8 and 19, like a 14, 15, or 16. One of those really bottom seeds. Probably even like a 15. Yeah, I'd say a 15. I don't think they give them a 16 though, because they're power conference. DePaul leading Providence 57-54. Imagine DePaul if they went to the tournament. Oh man, I don't think DePaul's been to the tournament since like 2003. I think that was their last time. They've never been to the tournament since they've been in the Big East. They went in their former conference. They were in the tournament. It's before they went to the Big East. North Carolina keep on continuing to pouring it on. 7:15 left to go. They're up against Notre Dame 86-49. We're back into action. 12:50 remaining, and Oklahoma gets the inbounds. Up by 14 still. In a low-scoring game tonight. Sooners pass over the top. Watch out, as that is an alley-oop, good for 2. Not the prettiest. It was between a dunk and a layup, but Kirkquette was able to get it. Behind his back the pass was and put it in the net for 2. 8-zip run by Oklahoma in the last 4 minutes. Iowa State needs a bucket here. They need stops too. Left baseline dribble. Puts up the jumper. That's not going to help. Off the side of the backboard. Missed shot. Rebound Oklahoma. Sooners. At the free throw circle. Kicks it back outside. Harmon delivers the 3 and drops it down. Good for the triple, and this game is getting ugly. 12-10 left to go. Davion Harmon with 15 points just left completely wide out in the open. Iowa State drives down the lane. They finally get something. The layup with the right hand up and in off the backboard by Bolton. That's a confidence booster. Still down by a long way to go. Porter, welcome to the stream here. No SEC games until the SEC championship. I actually don't have SEC. I don't have the SEC network where I am. Tomorrow's going to be 2 ACC games for the quarterfinal. Duke against Florida State, and then Virginia Tech versus North Carolina tomorrow. 11:25 left to go. Handoff around the perimeter. Iowa State has it. Spin move, floater. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes right back over to Oklahoma. Yeah, I agree, Hilda. Villanova's injuries have bubble teams worried. There's going to be somebody that goes from that top region in the Big East tournament, whether it's St. John's or Seton Hall, it's one of those teams. 11 minutes left to go. 3-point shot, Oklahoma, Iowa State, no good, hit the front rim. So they're just not hitting anything so far. Yeah, this ain't looking good. I actually don't have Fox Sports 1 where I am, so I can't even switch to it, unfortunately. But DePaul leading 58-55 with 4:15 left to go. Oklahoma now with the ball. Bounce pass left baseline. Reeves shot fake, swings it out right corner, 3 in the air, and that's a miss. No good. Iowa State will get the rebounds. But yeah, somebody going to come from the top there to Big East, whether it's St. John's. St. John's been playing hot again. Pass off the cutter. Iowa State gets it. Good for 2 with a layup. Or whether it's Seton Hall, if they do get redemption for them. Mamu's going to have a big game for the Pirates, though. And they're going to have to not choke this time around for Seton Hall. I do like UConn to win the Big East tournament title. That's who I predict, but anything's possible, though. Like Georgetown could very well knock off Villanova tomorrow. Could very well happen. Georgetown's gotten much better. That actually has like a matchup, kind of like a matchup nightmare or so. Because Qudus Wahab, he's physical in the post. I think he's like 6'11", and Villanova struggled a ton guarding the post this season. As we're gonna go on a timeout. 51-36 to score. 10 minutes left to go before we wrap up this one tonight. And Oklahoma been running away with it, but Iowa State, they need some stops. And Oklahoma on a scoring drought of over 2 minutes. Just Iowa State cannot score. Oof. Yeah, that's not good. Yikes. Providence, yeah, Providence is what a sad season. Like one of the biggest disappointments in college basketball. Like you could be a Kentucky or an Arizona State. Providence is up there with them. It's sad. Yeah, I agree, Helda. Would have been interesting to see that if Mac McClung had stayed there. They could be right now in the bubble conversation if he had stayed there. 62-55, DePaul leading Providence with 3:20 remaining. Penn State leading Nebraska now 53-52. Warren can't wait for tomorrow. Have a nice night, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. At halftime, California leading Stanford 35-29. So a lot of upsets today, and we aren't done with some of those upsets. Most likely. I take Christian Laettner there for greatest college player ever. Yeah, Vaughn wishes Anthony Bishop was here for the BYU boy. Yeah, I wonder what he thought about the stream yesterday. I wish he was there. I know somebody else was there under the name. So if Georgia wins tomorrow against Missouri, are they in the tournament? If Missouri is out of the tournament, no. Georgia has a lot of bad losses, so they're not in the tournament for Georgia. They'd have to win the SEC tournament title to get there for Georgia. Oof. Mr. Ganja, welcome to the stream. Yikes. Providence gonna lose his almost perfect multi. Ouch. Just disappointing year. It's so sad. Like, this is so disappointing. Like, I give Ed Cooley one more season. If he can't pull it together next season, they're going to have to figure out something else, because this is multiple blown leads this year. North Carolina crushing Notre Dame 92-49. I'm so glad I'm not covering that one. There's still over 5 minutes left to go. So UNC is going to hit 100, maybe even hit like 110 potentially. Yeah, Providence with a guard play. It looks like it's been a bad game. David Duke, 2 for 8, 6 points. AJ Reeves, 3 points. Tomorrow night's going to be 2 ACC games. It's going to be Duke versus Florida State at 6:30 Eastern. And then North Carolina versus Virginia Tech at 9 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. So the ACC quarters, the 2 late games tomorrow for the quarterfinals. And then on Friday is going to be the Big 12 semifinals at 6:30 and 9:30 on Friday. Those should be great games. As we are back into it. So much better games on the horizon. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Kansas State dismantled TCU earlier today. That defense is much improved for Kansas State. As Oklahoma backs their way inside, they're going to get the bucket and the foul. So they will go to line shoot 1. 53-36. Oklahoma just the better team here in the second half. It was tight in the first half, but now they're using the post to their advantage, and that's the mismatch. Free throw is good by Oklahoma. 18-point lead with 9:40 left to go. Iowa State now with the basketball. They will dribble inside. Layup goes down. Good for 2 by Rasir Bolton. Bolton with only 4 today. He was the top scorer in the team this season, scoring over 15 per game. Oklahoma has the ball right back. Dribble drive inside for the Sooners, and they give it up in the post. Iowa State comes up with a steal. They have the chance to cut it to 14 with a 2. We'll see what they do here at the top. Moves out to the right wing. Back to the free throw circle. Kicks it back outside to Bolton. Bolton with 9 minutes left to go. Iowa State down by 16 here as they have the ball. Bolton dribbles towards his right. At the right elbow, behind his back. Passes out to the top here. Into the hands of Coleman Lands. Dribbles free throw circle. Jumper takes it. He gets it for 2 by Jalen Coleman Lands. 54-40 now. We got 8:45 left to go. Iowa State down by 14, making things interesting. They got a big steal last possession. Defensively, we'll see what they can do here. Jumper free throw circle. Reeves missed it. Oh, a foul though. Late foul. Reeves is down. Reeves is down in a little pain. He's going to get helped out to his feet though. They need him. Yeah, they need him. Yeah, Reeves is stretching out his lower leg, and he is limping too. That's not good. That's the top scorer for this team this season. Reeves just got knocked down. Awkward fall. Oh yeah, he just twisted his left ankle in the fall right there. Iowa State right in the landing zone. Oh yeah, that left ankle is just sideways. Right in the landing zone for Reeves, and he's going to go to the line shoot too. 87% shooter. First one is good. So we got 8:40 left to go. Landon, welcome to the stream here. Yeah, Iowa State's going to go winless throughout conference play. Second free throw is good. 56-40. This program has been on the downfall. They won the Big 12 title 2 years ago against Kansas for the Big 12 tournament title. Last year they had a losing record, And this year, they're just dead last in the conference. Iowa State jacks up a 3, missed it. Rebound Oklahoma. Sooners have the ball. Top of the key, Reeves. Reeves is okay now. He's dribbling well. Moves it back outside. Over to the top, into the hands here of Jalen Hill. Passes back over to Reeves. Alwyn, welcome to the stream here. Syracuse or Virginia? You know, just to make things interesting, I'm going to take Syracuse tomorrow for the upset. So I will take Syracuse there for the upset. Iowa State's had a lot of trouble all season long defending bigs. They just can't pull out victories. They can't close games out. It's been tough all season long. So we go on a timeout. Bills Mafia, welcome back in here. He's nervous about the upset tomorrow. Considering what's at stake, though, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take Syracuse to make things interesting for that game tomorrow. Because Syracuse just played their first game underneath their belt. They had no problem in that matchup, and they could very well continue that momentum and be on a roll tomorrow and make things interesting out in the ACC. Landon's really nervous for tomorrow here for round 1 for Kentucky. I think they might have a chance to knock off Alabama. I think that's going to be a good game, but they got to get past their first round matchup though. Russell, welcome on the stream. Yeah, he puts out some schools are just big enough to get into a conference, thinks some may be in the wrong ones. Yes, totally agree there. Yeah, like Fordham playing in Atlantic 10. Just too big of a conference for them. They should go down to the Patriot League, in my opinion. Like other teams, like the conference is too big for them. DePaul is one example in the Big East. But they're leading against Providence, which is sad. 64-57. 2:15 remaining. Looks like Providence is going to lose this. That's frustrating. Hey, no problem, Alan. Yeah, it's just a disappointing year. I think next year is going to be the telling year for Ed Coley. Hey, happy birthday. Welcome to stream here, Harry. Once again, I hope your birthday went well, bud. Yeah, only way Kentucky can make the tournament is they have to win the SEC tournament title. I think the way to beat Virginia is the game plan what San Francisco had. Jack up threes. Because Virginia's got a great interior defense. They're not that great defending the three though for Virginia. Totally agree there, Landon. You honestly never know. March Madness, anything could happen in the conference tournament, and guess what? Loyola of Maryland, they won today, and they get a record of 5-10, and they won their game today, and they're in the Patriot League tournament final against Colgate. So anything could honestly happen. Colgate, I think Colgate's like 13-1 though, so they're going to be heavy favorites, like 98% favorites probably. 7:45 left to go as we get right back into action here. Iowa State now with the ball at the right wing. Cyclones have with Jalen Coleman-Lands, pass it out on top. It's over to Trey Jackson, moves it back over to Coleman-Lands, feeds it inside, right baseline. Into the hands here, Young, back out to Coleman-Lands, shoots another three, hit the front rim. Just cold from three all game long. 4 for 21, 19% from three ain't going to help you out. As Oklahoma going to slow it down. 7:20 left to go. Do I think the Lakers could trade for Hassan Whiteside? I think potentially there. Potentially that could be a pickup. All depends. As Oklahoma going to get swung down from behind, and that's going to be another foul by Iowa State, so that means Oklahoma going to head to the free throw line, and they're in the bonus. Yeah, Duke crushed Louisville today. Mark Williams with just the size advantage, taking the advantage of that matchup. And that momentum from that game, that's going to be carried over to next season. Next season, they have a legit shot to win the title for Duke. First free throw is good. Second shot, Oklahoma, good. 58-40, 7:10 left to go. Iowa State just cannot score. They're 6 for 22 shooting in the second half. At the top of the key, moves out to Jalen Coleman, lands. Back out to the top to Condit. He takes the three straight away. Missed off the mark. Rebound Oklahoma. Alondes Williams comes up with a board. And once again, Oklahoma going to head into the quarterfinals tomorrow. And they're going to take on Kansas. And they could potentially knock off Kansas as the 7th seed. They got a favorable matchup tomorrow without David McCormack playing in that game. So they could take advantage of that matchup as well. Jumper missed it off the mark as Iowa State comes up and grabs the rebounds. Cyclones move it out left corner, down by 18. They'll take a deep jumper. They hit it. Deep 2 goes down. Nice looking shot there by ISU. So number 21, Jaden Walker coming off the bench. The freshman drills it. Oklahoma has the ball right back. Sooners at the top here. 15, Alondes Williams dribbles. Step back deep 2. Missed it off the mark. Iowa State comes up with a defensive board. Approaching 6 minutes remaining in this one tonight. Left corner. Feeds it now inside, backing their way, turn around, mid-range, and got to get the friendly bounce, and that's good for the 2-pointer. Going down by Solomon Young. Cuts it back to 14. Solomon Young close to a double-double. All he needs is one more bucket, 10 rebounds, 8 points. 5:40 left to go, Sooners basketball. Oklahoma has yet to hit a single shot from the floor in the last 4 minutes, 20 seconds. The Sooners get it stolen away. Here goes Iowa State with numbers on a 3-on-1. Pass up ahead of the pack. Leads to a big jam by the Cyclones, and they aren't done yet. Jaden Walker with a throwdown. If I'm Lon Kruger right now, I'm taking a timeout. And that's what Oklahoma will exactly do. They dribble towards their bench. They take a timeout right past half court. 58-46 the score. 4:21 left to go. 6-0 run by Iowa State in the last minute. As here come the Cyclones on a little burst for them. Defense creating offense in transition there for the Cyclones. And that's why they've been able to make things interesting, down by 12 though. Will Louisville make the tournament? Yes. I think they'll make the tournament. Will Kansas be favored by more than 5 tomorrow versus Oklahoma? I will say yes to that. I think that a lot of people probably don't have an idea about McCormack being out. And he's been one of the go-to scorers there. Without McCormack, I feel like it's gonna be tough for Kansas to score in the post tomorrow. All they have is Jalen Wilson. They don't really have much depth for Kansas on their team. So I think Oklahoma could potentially pull off the upset tomorrow. I like that matchup for Oklahoma for tomorrow. Because Oklahoma's more of a 3-point team. Kansas in the interior is led by McCormack. Without that interior presence, they're going to have more minutes from Lightfoot tomorrow in that matchup. And I think Oklahoma could take that game tomorrow. Here's the steal. It's not done. They have to get past Iowa State first. Iowa State with back-to-back steals lays it up and in for 2. It's a 10-point game with 5 minutes left to go. Oklahoma with the turnovers the past 2 straight possessions. They got to get through the first game, though. Hand off around the perimeter to Harmon. As he will hand it back over to Harkless. Moves it back top of the key to Reeves. Reeves passes over to the cut here at the left wing. 3 in the air. Missed it by Oklahoma. They do get the offensive rebound. Quet passes left baseline. Harkless dribbles into the key. Ball gets stolen away again. Iowa State comes up with their 3rd straight steal in a row. They were down by 18 points, and now it's a 10-point game. Man and Hades, welcome to the stream here. Iowa State making things interesting right now. Oklahoma was pounding them like 3-4 minutes ago. It was an 18-point game, and Iowa State has got 3 straight steals in a row. 4:30 left to go. Iowa State going to get the inbounds as they have the ball. Cyclones top of the key, receiver Bolton, as he is guarded at the top here by Harkless. Moves it out, left corner. Catch and shoot 3 in the air. Drills it. Holy smokes. Trey Jackson with a triple. This is back to single digits. 4:10 remaining. Iowa State has knocked down their last 5 straight shots from the floor, part of an 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 10 seconds. This game ain't even close to being done. 4 minutes remaining now. Oklahoma has it. They'll take the jumper. Deep 2. Reeves sinks it. Hits the deep 2. Jay right there, and Oklahoma up by 9. Iowa State down by 9 with the ball. Top of the key, Bolton. Moves it out right corner perimeter here to Jackson. Bounce pass right baseline into the hands of Young. Backing his way on Quet. Moves it back out top. Bolton slides it over. Left corner shot fake. Wide open three. ISU. And they drill it. Another one. Oh, man, they have gotten hot here. Left corner triple going down. That's by Jalen Coleman. Lands, and he has got 11 points in this game. Just hit his third three of the game. 14-2 run by the Cyclones. 3:15 remaining on the clock. Oklahoma ball, top of the key, Reeves. As he is guarded by Coleman. Lands. Reeves dribbles around the pick set, and he takes the three, and he drills it. Right there at the right wing perimeter. Good setup right there by Oklahoma, able to free up Reeves. 14 tonight by Reeves as we got 3 minutes even remaining. Iowa State will have the ball. Dribbling straight away. Drives inside to the bucket, puts it up. Shot gets blocked with a foul. The Cyclones will go back to the free throw line. 2 shots here by Rasir Bolton coming up out of the timeout. It's going to be a media timeout taken on the court. 63-54. Iowa State making things interesting right now. And, man, it looked like they were done. Like 10 minutes ago or so. They were down by 18, looking to be down by 20. And it looked like they were done, and they couldn't get anything going offensively whatsoever. And, man, what a game they have made it here as we go on a timeout. We got an upset final score, and I'm not too happy with this one. Oof. DePaul has won against Providence, 70-62 in the first round of the Big East. So that means DePaul plays UConn tomorrow. Unbelievable. North Carolina destroying Notre Dame tonight, 101-59. Penn State leading Nebraska, 2 minutes remaining, 63-59. And California looking for the upset over Stanford, 39-34. Cal leading Stanford in the second half. So embarrassing. Right there, that Providence lost. That's embarrassing. They go down as one of the most disappointing teams in all college basketball all season long this year. It's very sad. Yeah, I'd say Kentucky, Arizona State, then Providence for like most disappointing teams. It's expected so much more out of that team. They have such a talented team, and it just went to waste this season. Next year, hopefully a better year, because it's going to be head coach Ed Coley. It's going to be a telling season for him. Dropping second half leads all over the place. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. You're looking at 10 plus times on the season for a second half blown leads all along. Yeah, that was a huge shot made by Reeves there. Just a moment to go for the 3. That was a 6-point game, and he made a huge 3. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up at the line by Iowa State. Not a whole lot of fouls in this game. This game moved by fast right along all night long. 2:50 left to go. Vaughn looking for Cal here to get the W. Yeah, that's a big oof for Providence. Better luck next year. How about them Heels? Man, UNC destroying Notre Dame tonight. See, if they can find that consistency, man, they can be dangerous for North Carolina. It's either they blow out teams or they lose against teams that they shouldn't lose to on paper. Landon hoping here that Kentucky can win, but one game at a time. Yep, totally agree there. I think they got a legitimate shot at Alabama, but they got to win the first one. We got 2:50 left to go. So if you guys are just joining in here, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Iowa State going to go back to the free throw line. Two shots here at the line. First one is good by Rasir Bolton, 84% shooter in the year. Puts it to an 8-point game. And just when you thought that they were done, they were down by 18. They came storming back, and they made their last 6 shots from the floor for ISU. Second free throw. That is good. It ain't over till it's over. Oklahoma has the basketball. We'll see how Iowa State's perimeter defense lines up against Oklahoma with their perimeter shooting attack, or if they're going to attack inside. Be the wise case for them to go to. At the left corner perimeter, Reeves has the basketball. Reeves Gonna have to be the go-to player here. He leads the way with 16 tonight. Reeves passes over, back over to Reeves, takes the jumper, and that's good for 2 at the left baseline. Up and in off the backboard. So he drills it. 9-point lead here for the Sooners. Austin Reeves has scored 16 points in the last 10 straight games. Iowa State has it at the top of the key. Bolton moves it outside of Coleman Lance. Coleman Lance, the right wing, pass over to the right corner. Back out to the left wing. Iowa State will dribble straight away. Strip to the basketball. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oklahoma, though. We got 2 minutes on the clock. What's good? Jose, welcome to the stream here. Yeah, Notre Dame just hasn't been great at basketball in a long time. I think like early 2010s they made the tournament a couple times over there. It's like higher seeds. Spade Yassi, welcome to the stream here. I'm taking Gonzaga to win the title. Gonzaga versus Baylor in the title game. Jose, welcome back in here. He is just went to eat pizza, play games at the Pitter Piper Pizza right there. It looks like that jumper's good by Oklahoma. They lead it now by 11. Iowa State with the ball right back as they're going to get a quick bucket, good for 2. They needed that one in a timeout. 1:43 left to go on the clock. Iowa State takes the timeout. 1 timeout remaining by both the Cyclones and the Sooners. Caesar, welcome to the stream here. If you guys are new in the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball games, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games as well. Tomorrow night, I'll be back. We'll have some better games, hopefully, for tomorrow night as the action keeps on heating up. Tomorrow night is going to be the ACC tournament quarterfinals. It will be Duke versus Florida State tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Time, and then at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, it's going to be Virginia Tech versus UNC. And then on Friday, it's going to be the Big 12 semifinals. So, 2 great games potentially lining up for the Big 12 semifinals. We'll have to see what matchups line up, though. Potentially could be Texas-Kansas rematch, or a Texas-Oklahoma rematch, or a Texas Tech-Kansas rematch, or a Texas Tech-Oklahoma rematch, potentially, in that semifinal, along with Baylor versus either Oklahoma State or West Virginia. Barring a miracle, if Kansas State pulls off a miracle tomorrow, you'll look the biggest upset ever. Yes, I'm still taking Gonzaga. That was a good test for them. They needed to be tested in that game, and BYU tested them. Yeah, they were down by 14. They came back and won by double digits. So Manic at the line for Oklahoma. 1:41 left to go. First one is good. Second one coming up here by Manic, and he drills it. So Oklahoma by 11. Minute 40 remaining. Iowa State going to dribble past half court. They'll jack up a straightaway 3, and they drill it. Got the deep range right there at the top of the key. Yes, I'll be doing Duke versus Florida State tomorrow. And then finally a Virginia Tech game later tomorrow night against UNC. As Oklahoma dribbles, lost it, but it's going to be a reach and fall from behind by Iowa State. So Austin Reeves will head back here to the free throw line. Double bonus for Oklahoma. That's Iowa State's 11th personal foul. Yeah, Gonzaga with a comeback last night. I feel like that game's going to prepare them for the tournament for Gonzaga, because they needed to be tested. And BYU, man, what an effort BYU gave them last night. In the first half, they just come out firing threes. Gonzaga just never gave up, and they were in a race to the finish, and they won the race. Free throw number 2 is good by Reeves. Up by 9 for Oklahoma. 1:15 remaining on the clock. Iowa State, pass underneath. Gets possession, puts it up, couldn't finish though. Too high off the backboard, tipped out of bounds. Last touched out by the Sooners underneath. So Iowa State will get the inbound underneath their hoop with a minute and 11 left to go. .111 left to go. Iowa State gets the inbound. Top of the key to the Cyclones. They move it over to Bolton. Bolton dribbles into a double team. The ball is on the ground, but they're able to get it back. Passes out to the left corner. 3 in the air, missed it. Offensive rebound. They're stripped, and the ball goes out of bounds again. Last touched out by Oklahoma again. Oh boy, Penn State. They came back, and they're leading against up against Nebraska, 68-64 with 24 seconds remaining. About Iowa State about to get the inbounds. They pass it back out right wing. They're open. They'll shoot a 3. And they got it. Triple right there by Iowa State, making things interesting. I had said Oklahoma by 7, 74-67 was my score prediction in the pregame. We might actually have that as a possibility tonight. Unbelievable if I hit that right on the mark. I said in the pregame Oklahoma by 7, not 27, and the score currently is 70-64. It's not 74-67 like my prediction, but it's close, really close. Spade here at Oklahoma, TCU fan. Yeah, I hear you, bud. Yeah, that was unfortunate today. Out of all teams, Kansas State. Yeah, I'm a Providence fan, by the way, and Providence lost to DePaul today. Just, it's sad. What a sad season for Providence. They finished 13-13 and lose against DePaul. DePaul takes on UConn tomorrow, and Stanford up early second half looks like on California now 43-40. Appreciate with the scoreboard updates. So 54 seconds remaining. Oklahoma up by 6, and they're going to come up with an inbound after the 30-second timeout. That's the final timeout taken by Iowa State. Oklahoma with 1 timeout remaining. Well, it's good. Diamond McCrab, welcome back in. My man Vegas, welcome back in here. Sad night, bud. Very, very sad night for Providence. Next year's going to be a telling year, man. It's either next year's going to be a telling year whether to keep Ed Cooley or have him go. Because they blew a bunch of second-half leads this year, and on paper, they should have won those games. The game against Xavier back in January gave up the game-winning 3. The game against Georgetown, where they were up by 18 in the first, they blew it. So that's a full-court pass. Oklahoma behind the defense. Iowa State wasn't watching, and that's good for the two-handed jam. 72-64, 45 seconds left to go. Iowa State dribbles to the bucket, got it! Up and in off the backboard, count the layup and the foul. Gonna go to the line, shoot 1 with 46 seconds left to go. Unbelievable. Rasir Bolton making this a game. This game ain't over yet. If anybody's interested in joining the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge, feel free to do so. Just post the link out in the chat. It's also posted in the pinned as well there, up on the chat. It's open up to the public. Just make sure when you do sign up, identify yourselves by your channel name. Free throw is good. 5-point game with 37 seconds left to go as Manic crashes right into an Iowa State player around the perimeter, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be touched. It's going to be a foul picked up, it looks like, by Iowa State. Yeah, number 5 for Iowa State. Jalen Coleman lands. Yeah, he is all, or number 3 for Iowa State, Trey Jackson. He was all over Manic on the last possession. So 37 seconds left to go in a timeout, or stoppage in time taken on the court. Oklahoma still with 1 timeout remaining. They're going to go to the review monitor for this. Yeah, the bubble's really interesting right now. Yeah, that was a great game back in December. Providence against TCU. I think Duke went off in that game. That had like a bunch of points in it. I would love to see Providence play TCU again. That was an awesome matchup. So they are reviewing this, official review. An initial call was a foul picked up by Oklahoma. Or actually, the initial call was by Iowa State. I think they're going to reverse it, say the foul was picked by Oklahoma. Let's see what they say here. Got 37 seconds left to go. Is it gonna be a foul here by Iowa State? Yeah, that should be a foul by Iowa State. Yeah. That's number 3. Just crashes right into Manic. That's an Iowa State foul. I'll take Louisville over Xavier. Yeah, so that's an Iowa State foul. Number 3 picked up. So number 3 picked up the foul. And Oklahoma going to get the inbound. 35 seconds left to go. Oklahoma now with the basketball. As they have it, Reeves has it in his hands, and Iowa State is going to send Reeves to the line. So here's Austin Reeves going to go to the free throw line. 31 seconds left to go. Yeah, that was confusing to go over. So Oklahoma going to head to the free throw line. 31 seconds remaining. That's awesome, man. So you went to a couple of TCU games this year. First free throw, Reeves drills it. 73-67 to score. Second free throw, got it. Up by 7. This is my exact prediction I had for this game. 74-67 was my exact prediction in the pregame. Looks like Penn State gets the W over Nebraska. They were down early, came back though, 72-66. Final 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if my prediction stands. Most likely not, because they're going to have to need fouls or so, and it won't. Iowa State takes it right to the bucket, banks it up and in off the backboard, good for 2. It's a 5-point game. Oklahoma gets the inbound. As they're in the backcourt, and that will be a foul committed by Iowa State. So Oklahoma going to go back to the line, shoot 2 with Davion Harmon. Yeah, definitely agree there, the Killer Bee. Iowa State, they at one point, they went on like a 14-2 run. Credit to them for not giving up. This is what the season's been for Iowa State. They played so many close games, they just can't close out. That's the problem for them. They're much better than what their record indicates. They just can't close out those games. Oklahoma drills the first free throw. 25 seconds left to go. Second one, hit the front rim, missed. Rebound Iowa State. If they hit a 3 here, it's only a 1-possession game. They pass it off to the cutter inside. Kicks it back left corner perimeter. Iowa State has it. Takes a deep 2 in the air. Got it. Holy smokes, that is good. His foot was on the line, so they're going to call it deep 2. It was close to being a 3, but it's a deep 2 with 13.7 left to go. Oklahoma gets the inbound and the foul picked up here by the Cyclones. So the Sooners will head back to the line. It's going to be free throws coming up by Austin Reeves. Iowa State made this a very close game. That's why I wanted to stream this one, because I thought they could make things interesting here, and they did. First free throw, good by Reeves. 13 seconds left to go. He'll have his second shot coming up in the double bonus. And he drills the second one as well. 77-71, 13 seconds left to go. Iowa State takes it past half court. Bolton hands it off around the perimeter. Now they have a shot fake. 3 in the air by Iowa State. Gets it blocked though as Oklahoma comes up with a big defensive play in the basketball as they get knocked down to the ground, and that's a foul. And it's going to send the Sooners right back to the line. Big defensive play when they needed it the most. Elijah Harkless with a big perimeter block and going to the line coming up. He's having a great game, doing everything. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals tonight. Stanford and Cal, that's a close game going on as well. So Jalen Coleman lands has just fouled out for ISU. Free throw number 1. That is good by Oklahoma with 6.6 seconds remaining. Give it to Iowa State, though, for playing this game and coming out here, keeping it close after trailing by like 19 points at one point. That free throw is good. 79-71 to score. Inbound for Iowa State. They will dribble past half court, take it to burst the speed with a layup. Good for 2, but we have 1.5 seconds remaining. Inbound Oklahoma, as that is the ball game in this one. 79-73 the final. Iowa State, give it to them, though. Give it to them for making this a close game on national TV, unlike the first Big 12 game earlier today in this one. And they hung in there. They finished winless in conference play, but they shouldn't be hanging their heads down low. They fought hard in this game. They've been fighting hard all season long. They just weren't able to come out on top ever this year. They lost so many close games for them this season for Iowa State. So that's a wrap to this one, everybody. Oklahoma going to take on Kansas tomorrow in the Big 12 quarters there. That should be an interesting matchup because no David McCormack tomorrow. I'm going to be covering tomorrow the ACC quarters tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the ACC quarters at night. It's going to be Duke against Florida State tomorrow. So Duke versus FSU, and then Virginia Tech versus UNC tomorrow. And then on Friday is going to be the Big 12 semis. So tomorrow will be the ACC quarters, the 2 night games, Big 12 semis on Friday here. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. And then on Saturday, it's confirmed now that I'll be covering Big 12 finals and ACC finals as well. because Providence has been eliminated, so I won't be covering Big East finals now since Providence lost already tonight. That's a wrap here, everybody. Oklahoma gets the W 79-73. Appreciate all for stopping by, being a part here. I'll be back tomorrow night if you guys want to listen in. Before you go, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. And thanks so much, guys, for being a part here. Before I do sign off, I'm going to go out here to the channel members. We got 11 channel members out here. Giving them a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jack, Jason, Aaron, Edwin, the sports expert, Warren, Man and Hades, Robert Mays, Someone Ye, made by Aiden and A2 to go. Hashtag GXC here. 11 channel members out on the membership on Behind Arc Basketball. See you guys tomorrow, everybody. Appreciate all for stopping by as this is Behind Arc Basketball. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.